Hey guys, Frugal BC, gonna make a really short video. I am currently suffering from a tailbone injury, so it's really hard to sit. I'm starting to get better, but it's still pretty rough. Kind of made my vacation recently not so much fun. I want to talk about the big problem I see in crypto today. So we're gonna have a little bit different kind of a video than we usually do. No Algorand news, no Gala news, no SWE news, etc. I want to talk about utility versus price. So we're going to talk about that today on today's Frugal BC. Before we get to that, guys, if you want to hit that like and subscribe button, if you like this kind of stuff. I don't do things the normal crypto influencer way, and sometimes that hurts, sometimes it doesn't. I think the people that do follow me appreciate that. I think that's why we got to 4,000, and I appreciate that with you guys. Thanks to everyone who subscribed and got us there. We're trying to get to 5,000, but I'm not going to do it by saying stuff I don't believe in. And I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors who have been with me for a really long time now. Fractal Monsters, great play to earn blockchain game. It's really fun. It's like a cross between Pokemon and Tamagotchi, a little bit of Smash Brothers thrown in. You can get a free monster today if you go check them out, so please do so. And we're brought to you by non-fungible domains. Great way to get that .algo address instead of the all those letters and numbers. Makes it a lot simpler to use. Algorand, and Algorand's already pretty simple to use, which is why I talk about it a lot. So go check out non-fungible domains in the description, along with Fractal Monsters. Love both of my sponsors, but now let's get to the show, because I just want to talk about this difference between price and function. Now, normally, if we look at something like NVIDIA, now NVIDIA's just had a big stock split today. It's been taking off like crazy. And you might say like, gosh, it almost looks like a crypto the way it's growing. And that's one thing you can say, but the problem is the price is going up. The difference is the price is going up because amazing things are actually happening. Things are actually happening on NVIDIA that are causing the price to go up. That's why it's so amazing. The fact is they have a moat when it comes to the GPU power for AI, because not only do they make really the only GPUs that can handle AI right now, but they also have the coding language, the proprietary coding language. So anyone who wants to switch not only has to switch the equipment, but they have to learn a whole new language, which isn't impossible, but that's a pretty high switching cost. Plus, they're constantly coming out with new stuff. They've been big in gaming. They were big in crypto. Their GPUs were big for crypto. And their GPUs have been able to solve some problems that standard computing hasn't been able to. There's a story they tell, and I heard this on the Acquired podcast. I don't know if it's true, but apparently this professor was checking out time on this huge mainframe computer, and it was taking forever to get results for these calculations he need. And supposedly, like, his son said, hey, why don't you just serial two NVIDIA GPUs together? And supposedly he did that, and it was like a 60th of the time or something. Like, stuff that would have taken a week took like less than a day or something like that. I don't remember the exact details. You should go look it up. But the fact is, NVIDIA is solving real world problems. So this is why I get frustrated when I look at stuff like Algorand doing so poorly, Hedera doing like okay but not great, and then you have stuff like PayPay and Dogecoin, and even stuff like Solana where it doesn't function very well, and everyone who uses it complains about how poorly it functions, and yet somehow it's just the price action has been through the roof. So let's take a look at this once, because here's Algorand, around 17, it's a little over 17 cents right now. Here's what it's been like over a year. Over a year, it's up about 58%, which is not bad. But if you look at Solana, we could have done a comparison too. It's up 1,000%. 1,000%. A year ago, it was about, up 1,000%. So that's a huge difference in price action, right? And a lot of the coins, I bet we could look at, let's try like Dogecoin for a second. It's 140%, so it's not like huge. But here's the one that's gonna break my patience here. Here's PayPay. So PayPay's been on a pretty steady rise over a year. Yeah, it's up 1,300%, 1,300% up. So even more than Solana for a meme coin that's mostly about fun. Which, listen, I mean, I don't have a problem with meme coins themselves, but what I have a problem with is like something. Let's go to the main chart here. Dogecoin is at number 8, Shiba Inu is 11, PayPay was 22, and then something like Algorand, Algorand's 66. Now people will say like, well, you shouldn't be tribal, and I agree with that. And I'm actually not tribal towards Algorand. I got into a Twitter fight with someone who's like, when I pointed out that Solana kind of sucks compared to Algorand in terms of usage, they were pointing out, well, that's never worked to convert anybody. It's like, well, you know what? We got to start telling the truth about this stuff. And I don't care what the impact is. Like, I care about the truth. If other people don't want to care about the truth, that's their problem, is the way I see it. The truth is, Algorand should be much higher in our market cap because it's actually doing real world things. There's a real estate platform built on it. It's used in the American Red Cross's Care wallet. There's plane tickets being minted on Algorand. It's one of the first ones to do that. You know, the fees are super low. It works fast. All the dApps I use actually work. Now, I've had my problems with some of them, so let's be fair. But generally speaking, the reason I was such a big fan of Algorand in the first place is the stuff actually worked. Because that was my biggest complaint in crypto, is like you actually go to use it and nothing works the way it's supposed to. Why? I don't know. With Ethereum, I think it's just usually the gas fees are so ridiculous. Solana, it's just failed transactions. And even the stuff I tried on like Cardano didn't work that well, but Algorand worked great. So my point here is like so much good stuff is happening on Algorand, and look, it keeps falling in market cap. It's like, why? Well, there seems to be a huge difference in price versus utility. And frankly, this is why I get frustrated with crypto, because so much just doesn't make sense. Something like Algorand should be like top 20 because it's so useful. And something like Solana, where they lied about the supply from day one, there was all kinds of terrible VC tokenomics involved. Sam Bankman-Fried was involved, if that gives you any indication. So much stuff with Solana that just, there's no way it should be that high up, but I don't know. It's so recently I've been talking to some people, and I find that when I talk to people that like are like crypto interested and, you know, maybe just buy in a little bit, they tend to buy with like whatever's popular. So I think they kind of perpetuate this thing where the popular cryptos just keep getting more popular, which is when I say crypto prices are so much based on memes and vibes, like it's totally true. And I see all this like silly market cap math. I've seen people said, well, if Algorand had the market cap of Solana, it'd be worth this much. Yeah, well, that's how math works. But so what? If I had the net worth of Elon Musk, I would be rich, but that doesn't tell me anything useful. Like the stuff I see in this space it kind of drives me insane, if I'm being honest. But I think my biggest gripe with crypto right now is the fact that that exists, the fact that that is the case, that functionality seems to be completely uncorrelated with price, but also that people seem to not be able to separate price and function. So when I talk about Algorand news, I'm not saying like, hey, here's all this great news, so guess what? The price is going to go up. I'm not saying that. I never say that. And somehow, anytime I do something about Algorand news or Hedera news, it's like, yeah, but the price sucks. Well, that's a separate conversation. And you might be right. You might be right, but that is not, it has nothing to do with actual function. Now, I like to believe, and I'm starting to lose some faith in this, but I like to believe that someday crypto prices actually will be based on function. Don't like to deal in should, but generally speaking, I have no idea why this is so dark, by the way. Maybe I can fix it. Okay, that's a little better. And now you can see me a little bit better. When we're talking about crypto prices, like I really hope one day that the price action matches the actual utility of these coins. But so far, that doesn't seem to be the case. I'm not saying it never overlaps. Like SWI has done pretty good. And it seems to be really functional, and it's got a lot of stuff coming out. Where did SWI go? I think it's in the over 1 year. Yeah, no, it's the same. It's up 77% over 1 year. It was about 60% a year, 60 cents a year ago. So yeah, I don't know. I was hoping that would be a counterfactual. Oops, sorry. Yeah, you can see 76%, 77%. I was really hoping that would be a counterfactual, but it doesn't appear to be the case. Unfortunately, it's still the case that like function and price seem to be almost completely uncorrelated. And the best I can see for the best indicator that I can find for future price action is past price action. It's come true pretty much on the nose. You can get into the little ups and downs, but I just don't care about that much because I'm not a day trader. But if you're just buying and holding and selling for the macro, so I just buy a bunch of coins, right? So let's go through this. And then we'll cap this off. Like I have Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think those are still good things to have. Bitcoin is maybe the exception because it has some functionality in terms of like, it's kind of the original, it's kind of the store of value. And Ethereum still has a lot of stuff built on it. It just doesn't function well. And I honestly don't think it ever will function well. You know, I own Solana. Why? Because the price action, you know, I bought a bunch at sub $20. So yeah, I made money. So if you care about the actual technology, you have to separate that, I think. I think you really have to separate the function versus, and don't get married to any of these coins, man. You know, I talk a lot about Algorand because I like the way it functions and I can actually do stuff with it, but it doesn't mean I'm not I'm not only buying Algorand, and I'm not staking my financial future on it, or any of these coins for that matter. Yeah, Cardano. I mean, the Cardano is a problem because like there's just not a lot being built on it. It's like, and the stuff I tried, what was that? Rabbit swap or some dumb stuff. Whatever it was, it came out. It was a big swap. The big cake. No, God, what was that thing called? I did a video on it. I was really excited, and then it was a disaster. It took months for stuff to settle on it. You know, Shiba Inu, yeah, I have a moon bag of Shiba Inu, and it's probably going to make me another 40, 50 bucks because it's a really small moon bag. But Chainlink, I think, is cool because Chainlink is actually Chainlink might be the exception here. Well, let's see. Because Chainlink actually does some really cool stuff. It's like basically the chain for interlinking all the other chains. It's up 200%, so 220. That's not bad. Not as much as the other ones, but Chainlink's kind of the middle ground in that. And I like Near Protocol. Near Protocol, it was about 300%. I don't know, what is that now? Yes, actually more 455%. That's crazy. But yeah, Near is still like not all that built out compared to a lot of them, so it's really interesting. And then Pepe, Pepe's gone crazy. And I just don't think, what utility is there? Did we look at this? We did. 1300% for a coin that really doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. Stuff like ICP is up there, cool. Monero, yeah, Monero's kind of cool. Hedera I own a ton of, and Hedera it's doing like a little bit better than Algorand, but it's kind of the same fate. Like it actually solves real world problems, so no one gives a crap. It seems to be the way it is. All right, so I'm just kind of going down some of this list here, but basically, yeah, that's what I got to say. It's kind of, like I said, kind of a different video. I know it's probably not going to get a ton of views, but I think it's one that a lot of people should watch. That's it for this week, or for today. Let me know. I don't know if I'll be able to make a video tomorrow. This one's kind of tough to get through. A little bit of a rant and rave, but I think it's an important concept in crypto because like, it's just really frustrating how function doesn't seem to match with price action. And happy to take comments to the contrary. Let me know in the comments below, or if you agree, disagree, hit the like and subscribe button as always, and I'll see you in the future.